I wanted a project kind of like Loud by Rihanna because she managed to sell us a very eclectic project. We have Rum Pum 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 Man Down, and then you have California King Bad with the guitar right after, and no one said anything. And I love that. Upside Down is the disco pop song of the project. When I think about it, it reminds me of the fact that actually a year before working on any of the songs, I actually created a deck where I put the styling, the I want to wear around the release of the project. And I put together also like a list of songs and inspiration. And on that deck, which is what's crazy to me, I didn't have anything created, or it was just out of my mind, right? But on that deck, I wrote that I wanted a project kind of like Loud by Rihanna because she managed to sell us a very eclectic project. We have Rum Pum 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 Man Down, and then you have California King Bad with the guitar right after, and no one said anything. And I love that. I wanted to explore. I wanted to go all the way. And actually, as I was working on it, often I got the feedback that, they're very different. Like, it's a lot. It was bothering to some that it was hard for them to understand the sound of it, which to them would have been easier because then you can put me in a box and it's easier to, I guess, define for people. What I think about Upside Down, it reminds me of that list because I remember writing Dua Lipa song. I was like, I want to do a Dua Lipa, cool, whatever. Just something fun for me as a songwriter. And to me, Upside Down is that song. So I was in a studio with Andrés again and Maesu, two Virgos, obviously. I told him I want to do a funky, like Dua Lipa, Jamiroquai, liberating disco pop song. And that's what we did. I feel like Andrés was, as a producer, the one who really made that song from a disco pop vibe, like a lot of songs you could hear on the radio, to something that has its own little story sonically. You know, it's a lot of, you got the snaps, and then you have the solo, and then you have, it takes you on this journey. And also lyrically, Maesu was really helpful with the images. Upside Down, I'm on a cloud. It's just a feeling. And I feel like we really managed to capture the fun and the freedom of a moment of joy through a song. So I love that song. It's a fun song to perform. I have a little dance break on stage. You know, again, when you come up with those ideas, it's because it's within the music already, and then the choreographers, dancers you work with create the movement for the tour. They were really inspired by that one, and they came up with a little dance that I actually love performing. So yeah, that's Upside Down. It's a 100% Virgo song because you have me singing it, Andrés is a Virgo, the producer, co-writer, Maesu, and the engineer. Because I never talk about that, I just noticed, but there's an engineer behind all the songs. He's the same. His name is Tyler Scott. He's a Virgo, which is, I think, is the best sign to have as an engineer because it's such a precise type of work. And he's behind the mix and mastering of all those songs. And the mix is also very much of an artistic decision. You can have very professional mixes for the same song, but they will sound very different. So what I do is when I work, when I go to the studio, I already know how I kind of want it for my song to sound. So the way I work, I'm going to record several times, for example, the verse, so I keep the best. Then I'm going to create, like, I think you call it vocal compound, when you really like pick those little moments and add to it. But I also think about, okay, do I want it to be stacked? Do I want it to double that or not? And I give it in French, so I don't have a lot of vocabulary in that, but I tell the engineer as I'm recording to some directions of how I want it to sound. So by the time I send it to the engineer, he has an idea of what I'm trying to do, but he's just going to make it pristine. He's so good. I'm so happy. It's the first time I got the opportunity and the budget to work with an engineer like that for my music. And he's responsible for the quality of it, the fact that you can like blast the sound and have it being immersed in the sound. Engineers are so important. I'm happy that I got to work with someone that was able to understand where I'm trying to go, because all these songs, the sounds of the productions are so different that I think was very challenging for Tyler, but he had to dig deep and fully immerse himself into each songs and treat them very differently, yet not too much, because we still wanted for people through the sequencing of the whole project to be able to hear that it's cohesive in a sense through frequencies or whatever, like my voice, like it's not too different, but you still have to serve the ideas of each song. And I think he did an amazing job, and I heard it a lot with Upside Down. It's really like perfect. It's very Virgo to me. So that was Upside Down.